had a cousin named Bo Bankson. He was a kind, caring person who loved to make you smile and feel good about yourself, but he was born with a rare disease known at the time to be type 2 brittle bone disease. This disease can be genetic or come from mutation in his genetic code. This disease always caused him to have a hard life and to be careful due to the fragility of his bones. Because his bones were fragile, he only grew to be about the size of a toddler. It also made him unable to play sports, go outside, or do anything in a physical manner. But despite this disease, he still had a humble dream to graduate high school, which he acquired as well. He was able to keep a positive mindset and show love for everyone. He was blessed to be able to live a long lifetime, but he succumbed to his illness at the age of 20. Now take a second and imagine if your loved one or child was born with an incurable disease and you wanted to know more about it and how to make the person more comfortable. Today I'll be informing you all about a rare disease known as Osteogenesis Imperfecta, or also known as brittle bone disease. I will be sharing my research about this fatal condition that can affect anyone. To know how to deal with such a deadly disease, first we must know what the disease is and how the disease came about in children across the globe. Brittle bone disease is a disorder that results in fragile bones that break easily before or after birth. Brittle bone disease is caused by a genetic defect or mutation in the gene that produces collagen 1 for bones. This defect can come from genetic inheritance from the parents or arise as a genetic mutation. Melissa Conrad Stopler, October 24, 2019. Brittle bone diseases cause, symptoms, and life expectancy. At this point, you may be wondering how common this form of disease is, and how can you tell if your child may have this disease? Osteogenesis imperfecta affects 1 in 10 to 20,000 people worldwide, with an estimated 25 to 50,000 people in the United States alone. Osteogenesis Imperfecta, Genetics Home Reference, NIH, June 23, 2020. This form of disease has 8 different forms, where the first 4 are the most common and the last 4 are mutations of the 4th form. Salon Brittle Bone Disease Osteogenesis Imperfecta, November 14, 2002. The first form is where you produce quality collagen, but not enough of it for bone strength, resulting in fragile bones. Children with type 1 typically have bone fractures due to mild trauma, but gets better as the child ages. The second form is the most severe form of the disease, where the child doesn't produce enough nor good quality collagen, which is the most life-threatening. Children with type 2 often have narrow chest, broken or misshapen ribs, or underdeveloped lungs. Babies with this type can die in the womb or shortly after birth. The third form is another severe form, where the body produces enough collagen but of poor quality, resulting in bone deformities and extremely fragile bones. Your child's bones could break even before birth and are more likely to have bone deformities. The fourth and final form is most variable due to different mutations, where the body produces enough collagen but in poor quality. This tends to lessen as the age progresses, with the highest survivability rate. Common signs are bowing of legs and bowing of arms, but unlike others, the life expectancy is that of an average adult. Symptoms of this disease can be anything from multiple broken bones, bone deformities, loose joints, weak teeth, blue scleria, which is blue tint of the white of the eye, bowed arms or legs, kyphosis, or abnormal outward curve of the upper spine, scoliosis, hearing loss, respiratory issues, and even heart defects. You now have a basic understanding of osteogenesis imperfecta and its different forms, and by now you must be wondering if there is a treatment or a way to allow comfort to the child. Osteogenesis imperfecta can be a life-threatening and life-altering disease that sounds very unpleasant and unlikely a way to help your child in any way possible, but there are ways to help your child be more comfortable. One form of helping is by giving them medicine to help with any pain, and giving them biphosphonate supplements to help increase their bone strength. Another form is physical therapy to help build muscle to protect the bones and reduce the strain on the bones. There's also therapy to help with any psychiatric needs to improve the mood and on self-image and any depression. The final help is surgically implanting steel rods into your child's bones and reconstructive surgery to fix bone deformities. After today, we know a little more about a deadly disease that, though it is considered a rare form, it is still a form that can come about at any given moment and happen to any family. With a bit of knowledge on the disease, it will help you identify signs of the disease and early and start treatment as soon as possible. As medical science and technology improves, I have faith that there will be even more options to help aid those afflicted with this disease.